Happy Thursday, folks. Anthony Special here with Special Analysis for another edition of Unedited and on the Edge of the Market. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. We're going to talk today about a position that was given to the readers of my weekly market report. So in this weekly market report, I cover 50 standard tickers, meaning a stretch through commodities, through indexes, through bonds, through basically every sector in the entire market, including cryptos. So that is a report of 50 tickers. Bonus to that, if there's any other stocks I see, if there's any other futures contracts I see, basically whatever I'm eyeing for myself, I also share with my readers. I am a one product, one size fits all. There's no upsell, no downsell, no side sell, no additional sales, none of that. I offer one conservative product that could serve each and every trading style. I give option proxies, things of that nature, and that report comes out every Sunday so that you have at least 12 hours to review it long before the market opens. Ideally, I get that out as early on Sunday as possible. I work on it all Friday night, all Saturday throughout the day and night, so it's prepared for Sunday morning. My goal is to give you as close to 24 hours as possible to review it so that you know what you're looking at. One of the trades that was given to my readers is on the DBB, which is an ETF. I'm going to open up the screen. We're going to take a look at it real quick. This is a base metals fund, and this is one of the tickers that we actively watch week to week. Now, it is potentially setting up for a new trade to transpire here this week, but I want to cover what it's done in the past and what we're looking at. So, essentially, we were in an uptrend with what we call a full channel extension. So this is the primary channel, and this down here would be the extension, the lower extension. You can see it's ascending, but we did have a trend change here. We had a settlement and a trigger to sell below the 200-day moving average. So the 200-day moving average is our benchmark. Is the market going long or is the market going short? It's not a trigger to buy. It's not a trigger to sell. It is merely to confirm, is there weakness or is there not? So here was the trigger to sell. Our target had started down here long before this channel structure even formed. And as time went on, it continued to ascend, meaning our target got a little higher week to week. That's normal. So what happened here is market triggered the sell, retraced. So this was probably the midst of some form of relief rally, which happens. We realized that these trades could take average time is 3 to 5 weeks. When we look at options, we look at them at a minimum of 90 days out because we know that it could take longer. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This trade took 7 weeks. It is what it is. Again, 3 to 5 is average. This particular trade took 7 weeks from entry to where we acquired our target, offering us a 11.88% gain on the underlying asset itself. Now, had you taken an options trade, again, we would have looked at something at least 90 days out because we want to give ourselves some time without running into theta, which is something called time decay, for those of you who are not aware of the Greeks. In some instances, that's what it is. But this trade worked out nicely. You could see our risk was smaller than our reward. We were risking, let's see, approximately, let's call it 8.5%. And again, we ended up with about 12%, roughly 11.93, 11.86, somewhere in that neighborhood right there. So this trade met all our criteria. Market turned. We had a settlement below the 200-day moving average. Yes, there was a little retracement here. Yes, most of you probably would have gotten nervous for a couple weeks, but you have to give these trades room to breathe. How do we identify where there's room to breathe? Within this candle, the buyers remained in control, meaning they settled at support. The sellers did not overtake the buyers. So that is where the exchange occurred because within this candle, the sellers overtook the control of the buyers. So the exchange happens for me typically between two candles. If I can identify it, great. If not, then I look for the last pivot prior to it. But in this instance, buyers were in control, sellers took control. This was the confirmation. Price retraced, reconfirmed again, which is just not necessarily a second entry, but just confirms that the price action was likely to do what we anticipated it to do, and that's exactly what happened. Upon that reconfirmation, you could see the market gapped and then sold off and then sold off and ultimately hit our target. So what I'm doing for you as part of this weekly market report is I am analyzing by hand a minimum of 50 tickers. So every week the report will contain 50 tickers. In those 50 tickers, this is one of them among 49 other. And what you will find is opportunities that look like this. Now, this is not some sales pitch. This is not some internet marketing company. This is not buy my next product, my next promo. There's none of that bullshit. This is real deal trading. I'm going to tell you in each position the good, the bad, and the ugly. I am not giving you trade advice. I'm not giving you investment advice. I am giving you information. What you ultimately do with that information is up to you. I will show you where I would consider entering the trade. I will show you where I would consider placing a stop. I will show you where I would consider taking profits using my 1% way to wealth methodology. But with that said, again, I'm purely delivering information. Ultimately, what you do with that information is up to you. I will, in the comment section under each chart, tell you this trade deteriorates with time. This trade is not trend favoring. This is a short above the 200-day moving average. This is a long below the 200-day moving average. The primary trend is long, the secondary trend is short. I will give you all that information. And this way you, as the user, as the reader, are educated so that you can make the best educated decision for yourself. That's my goal. It's not to give you any advice. It's not to give you trades. It's none of that. I will give you the setups, the ideas for you to learn from them. If you choose to employ them, that is ultimately up to you. But I will give you the information and analysis that you need so that you can make the best decision for yourself. That's what I'm offering you. It's not a trading service. It's not a sales promo. It's none of that stuff. It's simply analysis with actionable information. Ultimately, again, what you do with this is up to you. This is just one example of the many I'm going to share with you in the coming weeks. We have new trades going out every week. We deliver, again, this report every Sunday to our readers. They have plenty of time to decide and consider the good, the bad, and the ugly in each of the positions that have been presented. And then if they so decide to act upon it, that is up to them. But, 12%, 7 weeks, it's not bad. Again, if you did this in an option, you could probably expect to have doubled your money. Yes, would your money have gone negative here for a couple weeks? It would have. You have to have the discipline to hold through that. I will be there for you. I'll be glad to answer your questions. I again, cannot offer you personal or unique advice, but I will tell you what I would do. What you do with that information, again, is up to you. But my job in this weekly report is to deliver you the analysis, the interpretation, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Again, I encourage you to take some time. There's a link below this video. Click on it. Take a read through all the information I have to share with you. I'll give you a whole bunch of trade examples. This is about as inclusive of a report that you're going to find anywhere on the internet. I have bought pretty much everything out there with the sole purpose of knowing that I have built something superior to everything else out there. So if you're interested, great. If you have questions, comments, concerns, feel free to email me, info@specialanalysis.com. More than happy to have a conversation. More than happy to get on the phone with you. More than happy to give you some more examples if you need them. But if you tune into these videos, I will be sure to cover this on a somewhat regular basis along with the educational content that I deliver. So with that, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. I appreciate your time. I'm humbled that you have joined me today to watch this video. And I invite your consideration. If you'd like to get involved in the weekly market report, I'd be glad to send you this information on a regular basis. I think it's a great learning experience. I think it's great exposure to professional analysis. And instead of being sold the fluff and buff, you're actually, again, you're going to get the good, the bad, and the ugly, in my comments. And then I think it'll really help make better decisions for yourself. So again, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And I will speak to you again tomorrow.